Hello, Kerry here. I'm here to tell you a little story for day 3. Day 3. So I'm on day 4. I didn't do a video yesterday. I completely forgot about it, and by the time I remembered in the evening, my phone had died. So I thought, I'll have to do 2 today. So we're doing day 3 and day 4 today. So day 3's story prompt is to talk about something that you had to unlearn in order to grow. So for me, the first thing that came up was I had to unlearn the belief this year that if I experience anxiety, that I failed. My healing has failed and I'm back at square one. So what happened was in May, I had a retreat down in Glastonbury with my womb teacher, Angie, and some womb sisters that I knew and some womb sisters that I didn't know. And we were there for a week, and I began to feel, around the Wednesday and Thursday, I began to feel this anxiety creeping up on me. So I was very excited to be there and just feeling really, really happy and blessed for the first few days. And then on the Thursday, I felt this anxiety creeping in. And I began to feel like, oh God, why is this happening? I thought I'd worked through all my anxiety. I didn't think this happened to me anymore. It's coming back. It's happening again. You know, after everything I've been through, everything I've done, all the healing that I've done, this is still affecting me. And, you know, why is that happening? And I've fucked up somehow. And my healing isn't as effective as I thought it was. I haven't maybe done enough work and blah, blah, blah. So all these thoughts were coming up, all of these emotions around the anxiety were coming up of failure and grief, I suppose, that maybe I was going back, stepping back and reverting back to old ways and things like that. So what happened was I'm trying to remember what we were working with on the Thursday, what energy, but I think it was the crone energy. So we were calling in some of the dark goddesses, and my teacher Angie is aware that I've been doing work with Medusa and a lot of dark goddesses. So that morning when we lit our candle on the altar, she invited me to step forward and call in the crone energy. And my anxiety had been there, and this thing in my ear saying, this is coming back again, it's going to screw you up again, it's going to fuck you over again. But when Angie invited me, I didn't have a hint of a no about it. There was no way that I was going to refuse this invitation to step up and invoke the crone and the darker goddesses. So I stepped forward and I managed to drop into my body and I managed to stay present. And I managed to work through the anxiety. So yesterday I was talking about how my anxiety used to manifest as a freeze response, and I would be physically unable to speak and my mind would go blank and I'd go into a real stress response cycle, and it was awful. It was really bad. So stepping forward, when I had been feeling this anxiety rising beforehand and this unexpected invitation to lead the group, you know, for a few minutes, I suppose, in calling in it showed me that I can have that anxiety, I can feel that anxiety, and that it actually showed me the opposite of what my fears were threatening originally. So instead of having taken several steps back and reverting back to how I used to be, I realised that actually I've come so far now that I can feel that anxiety, but I can manage it and I can hold it and I can work through it, and it doesn't have to mean anything more than it's just a feeling that's there. So that was a big thing that I learned, is that feeling, that anxiety, it doesn't mean that I've failed in any way in my healing journey. It's just emotion. It's an emotion that's going to arise. And I can allow it to arise and I can cope. Whereas before it used to completely consume me. So that was a big thing. That was a really big lesson to learn, that now I can feel that anxiety, and I've got enough experience in being present with myself and my body, and just allowing myself to be focused on the moment that I'm in, and I can manage it, and I can still function. I can still function. I can still think, and I can talk, and I can call in Goddess, and I can continue with my life without it really crippling me. So yeah, that's my story for today.